There are a number of modern large format cameras that advertise as having adapter backs. Probably the most notable example is Keith Cunham's 4x5, which is really a 5x7 for which 4x5 backs are made. I'm going to label this a step-down back. That is, a large camera for which smaller backs are made. Here we have a traditional V8 Deardorff 8x10 camera, but it's fitted with a smaller 4x5 back. Here are the 8x10 and the 4x5 backs laid side by side. In this case, the 4x5 back, the wood comes from the original Deardorff bench, but someone adapted a metal Graflex back holder to it, so that part is not a Deardorff. Let's talk about what I'm going to call step-up backs. That is, where the back is designed for a format larger than the camera. Now we have a 10x12 back adapted to an 8x10 camera. You can mix and match materials and makes, and in this case we have a 10x12 original Deardorff camera back adapted to a Thornton and Pickard camera. Let me show you original 10x12 Deardorff back in comparison with the 8x10 Deardorff back. In successful step-up adaptation, you only need to exercise a few considerations. Firstly, your camera needs to be sturdy enough to take the added weight of a larger back to include its film holder. Remember that as you increase the back size, you decrease the focal length of a lens. So you might also wish a longer bellows length to compensate, maybe even different, that is, longer focal length lenses. Remember, these lenses will possibly be heavier than what you are already using. I can tell you that in moving from 8x10 to 10x12, you decrease lens length by about 2.5 to 3 inches. Therefore, this 21¼ ectanon on 10x12 is slightly shorter in lens length than this 19¾ ectanon on 8x10. Here I offer a visual comparison of films. On the upper right hand side we have 6x6 roll film. Below that to the right, 4x5 sheet film. Below that to the right is 5x7 sheet film. Below that is whole plate, or 6.5 by 8.5. And then to the left of that, at the very bottom on the left hand side, is our ideal 8x10. Right up above that, on the top left hand side, is 10x12 sheet film. There are 3 parts to a step-up adapter. The front, which works as an insert and fits into the camera. The back, where the film holder feeds. And the middle, where there is about a 45-degree taper on 2 sides and slightly less than a 90-degree taper on the opposing 2 sides. So the whole mechanism is rectangular. If you are considering manufacture of a step-up adapter, I would recommend purchase of an already existing camera back. Many times you can see these listed on eBay for a very reasonable price. Then send your camera in to Richard Ritter or Alan Brubaker. You can Google both of their names very easily for fabrication. Here is how a proper adapter should look.